It's a pleasure to be with you this morning at this Next Step breakfast. I'm reminded of what the Spanish philosopher Jose Ortega once said, and he said this: living is a constant process of deciding what we are going to do. Contemplating retirement from St. George's Episcopal Church a few years ago, after 21 years as rector, I was faced with the question as to what I would do with my time once I had retired. I knew that my wife would have priority over a substantial portion of my time. So I had to make a decision about what to do with the rest of it. I decided to volunteer with an organization at least once a week at the beginning, after I did a year of doing as little as possible. If I may channel Gus McCrae in the miniseries Lonesome Dove for a moment, I ain't afraid to be lazy. It just so happened that one day I received a call from the newly minted executive director of Samaritan Ministry, David Ward. David invited me to lunch to talk about getting involved with Samaritan Ministry. At lunch, I told him that Samaritan Ministry was one of the organizations that I was considering as a volunteer opportunity. David suggested two things I might consider. One was as a member of the board, and the other was to speak on behalf of the organization as part of a speakers bureau. The former was not to my liking. I didn't want to do that sort of thing, as I had grown weary of meetings and wanted to do something more hands-on. The latter was something I wouldn't mind doing if that's what the organization needed. Then David suggested that I might consider becoming a front office coordinator at the Southeast office. I had absolutely no idea what in Samaritan Ministry parlance an FOC was or did, but it sounded like the on-hands experience I was looking for. I started in April of 2014, and while it has not been a life-changing experience for me, it has been a life-stretching experience. It is a ministry of hospitality. I greet people who come through the doors of the office. I'm the first face that they see. I serve them coffee, tea, water, and a non-judgmental, empathetic listening ear. I assist participants with job searches, resume editing, and setting up email accounts. I also sort mail, answer the phone, put out the trash. Most importantly, I do whatever the lead caseworker, Adrian Vaughn, tells me to do. Working with people who are having a rough patch in their lives and are trying to get back on their feet and become productive citizens again has been eye-opening. Assisting people trying to negotiate the many obstacles, disappointments, and hurdles that confront them, some personal, some bureaucratic, is not for the faint of heart or those who are looking for a quick fix. Setting goals and developing strategies to meet those goals is hard work if you are serious and committed to assisting people in taking those next steps. I am blessed to be able to assist people in taking those next steps. I see my work at Samaritan Ministry as a way of responding to two questions contained in the baptismal covenant found in the Episcopal Book of Common Prayer. Will you seek and serve Christ in all persons, loving your neighbor as yourself? The answer, of course, is I will with God's help. The second question, will you strive for justice and peace among all people and respect the dignity of every human being? I will, with God's help. To sum up these brief remarks, I offer these words, which should be familiar to most, if not all of you. If I can help somebody as I pass along, If I can cheer somebody with a word or song, if I can show somebody how they're traveling wrong, then my living shall not be in vain. Thank you.